Earlier, you could see a little concern in that interview. The car felt funny, and then here's his teammate, the 48, Jimmy Johnson. I'm going back 5 years. Alex Bowman, got the right sponsor, Ally.
Get into the corner so then they can wrap the turn and get back out of the corner, you know.
Oh, around
just
goes
like
Alvarolo off the bumper of rookie Todd Gilliland, and that will bring out the caution.
Of that.
That was
right there.
Yeah.
That was
all clear. That was a payback. Yeah, that's right.
Which paybacks are always bigger.
But that's what you're going to get on a track that's this small, and with the straightaways with the curve in it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit deceiving.
Tony, you're new to the booth, and I didn't want to.
That's about a wreck right there. Oh, it is going to be a wreck.
And it is around. The 48 goes around, and the caution will come out. You called it, Junior. Alex Bowman in the 48 was getting roughed up, and there was no give.
It started off turn 4. That wreck was a half a lap in the making.
And so Corey LaJoie, a lap down. When the caution comes out, the highest scored lap down car that's not in the caution or didn't cause the caution will get a free pass.
And that happens right in front of Denny Hamlin. I'm sure that shook him up just a little bit, being able to get through that. And everybody else, I mean, all the leaders are right. Coming from Bell.
Bell to the inside of Blaney. He'll try to take second away and sliding in and hitting the walls of 15. The 42's also involved. Another car here as well. That's the one of Ross Chastain.
He's got right front damage.
All right, bring it to us this time.
So
Guys, get the right front toe link.
J.J. Yaley making hard contact in the 15 with the inside wall.
Now that is the break Truex wanted. Right, so all these cars are damaged down here, but that is a break Truex wanted, because now he can go line up right with the cars that are on the lead lap with him.
That might be the first good break he's got in all the playoffs.
John Hunter Nemechek in the 42 also involved. There we see the AMR safety crew to these drivers. And window net's still up for John Hunter Nemechek. That's J.J. Yaley, and you see the extensive damage to the front of the 15.
Well, Junior, you talked about it. Intensity is going to pick up on these late race restarts. Everybody pushing a little bit harder. We saw Chastain in it. He was one of those wave around cars along with Martin Truex and several others.
John Hunter.
Yeah, I was going to say it's hard to tell. Yeah, hard to tell with the visor down. It looked like John Hunter.
So a break for Martin Truex Jr.
How about that restart, Jeff? You mentioned the 12. I couldn't tell if the 12 had an issue. The 11 had the best corner, but it was the 11 come off turn 2 with a 5 or 6 car length lead.
Yeah, Blaney drove in the corner and just got really slow in the middle of 1 and 2, and Hamlin just took advantage of it. And I'm not so sure without that caution that Blaney wouldn't have also lost second place to Bell. I gotta wonder, we talk about these bodies on these cars not being quite as, vulnerable to aero, but there was some contact with the 5 car on the pit road, right? And it bows that right rear quarter panel out somewhat on that 12 car, and I wonder if that's catching a little air. Or maybe there's even damage underneath, right? Maybe something we can't see. We know how sensitive the underneath is, because there was definitely contact. Let's see right here what happened. You see the 1 car top of the screen, 42, the 15 on the bottom of the screen. A lot of cars in the same spot, 3 wide, 4 wide, just not so sure if everybody knew. See right there, the 42 into the 6, the 6 into the 1, turns the 1 sideways. And they all big contact for Brad on that outside line. And John Hunter Nemechek in that 42 car, that's the first time he's driven that car this year. So, working with a new spotter, maybe a little bit of communication. I can concur. It gets tight off the turn 2 on these late restarts.
I was waiting for that.
You're not referring to yesterday, aren't you? He's got his hands all the way off the wheel. That's the key from the wheel
Points on the 6th. You see the bottom left now 8 above Keselowski, who has lost a few spots on the restart on board with Truex. There's still 3 wide in front of him. Oh! Now they're going to wreck in front of him.
Eric Jones around and into the wall, and that'll bring the caution out. More contact.
Yeah, who is that? Is that McDowell?
Big hit there for McDowell.
Sorry.
Truex's heart rate has got to be high after that last 2 laps.
Please get me out of this mess.
Oh, man. McDowell, I never root for a guy to wreck, but after what he's been trying to do with no power steering, he's probably like, I think we should be done.
Yeah, big damage on the 43 car, obviously damage on the 34.
I got oil pressure, and I got water pressure, so beat the hood down, let's go.
Oh, no, I take that back. He's ready to go some more. My man McDowell, he is exciting.
So you're saying there's a chance. Now let's go back and see what happened. Oh, 3 wide. That is just not going to work at this racetrack. It's just too narrow. Then he came right down in front of McDowell. McDowell had nowhere to go.
Look how close. McDowell is right behind the 19. I mean, if the 19 is 1 car farther back, that could be the thing. And the same thing right here. We see the 7 get stacked up. It's bumper cars in the back. They get spun around. But look right there, that orange and black car. Look at the room in front of him. He's not going to drive into a wreck. He's the first guy out of the gas.
Here we go, riding along with him. This is what he's watching, and he's like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Go to the inside, throttle up, get out of this mess.
Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming.
It's this racetrack. Every race we see this happen. Watch this. Here's the second one he gets through. They're 3 wide right now. He's saying, oh no, this is not a good idea. Get to the bottom. Throttle, get mine, get mine. Those are split second decisions. You have to, think about it.
Crash! 2 cars slam together, and Harrison Burton takes a wild ride through the grass and up into more traffic, gets tagged, turned around, and 5 cars are in it. Ryan Preece.
I think he missed that inside wall. Harrison Burton, big damage on the 21 car.
And Carson Hocevar, the rookie, gets taken out into that very, very wet grass in the ball field.
Well,
the Wood brothers trying for their 100th ever NASCAR win, and Harrison Burton gets tagged and sent.
Well, this is exactly what you don't want to see happen. Something early in this race where everybody's trying to race hard, and we just talked about those guys going to that 3rd lane, and it puts those guys in the middle lane in a bad spot with the handling of their cars that they hadn't really been in. Let's see what happened, Clint.
Watch the 21, Harrison Burton.
Okay, you see Harrison Burton in the middle of that 3 wide conversation we're talking about, and we were also talking about John Hunter Nemechek kind of being iffy on his move.
Now the 42, John Hunter Nemechek, on the outside of Burton, the green and white car, and Brad Keselowski and he make contact.
Keselowski got to his rear bumper, just took a little bit of a love tap, turned him sideways, kind of looked to me like he was on the left corner of that bumper, turned him right down into Harrison Burton.
Well, and it's just what we were talking about, Clint, with everybody trying to feel out exactly what their cars were doing, and those guys in the middle didn't have anything to do with the handling. So, you know, you see Brad into the back. Oh, yeah, you're exactly right, Clint. The 42 car of John Hunter Nemechek just got up a little higher. Brad was probably trying to stay square and being pushed by the guy behind him, and they just got a little bit offset right there.
Austin Dillon, Jimmy.
Going bad, making the most of the day, getting track position. As we have a crash right now.
Yep, the 15
of J.J. Yaley.
Yaley is around, and the caution has come out, which means another restart.
Damage to the left rear and the left front for this car.
Yaley was running in the 26th position when he went around, and you see a lot of damage to the left rear.
Yeah, heavy impact. We mentioned earlier, he ran yesterday's Xfinity Series race.
Talking about the car just snapped around on him.
It's going to be interesting to see what everybody does. Track position is so important. Let's take a look at what happens. 2nd lane here off 2.
Yeah, everybody's been pushing that 2nd lane. They've been opening that racetrack up, but still, it's like dancing on a razor blade. If you just go over it by a few inches, there is no grip. Hey, look at the winning nets down right there.
Yeah. Yeah, NASCAR will take a look at that for sure, Jeff.
Yeah, that's odd.
Driver normally will bring the window net down after he comes to a stop to indicate to the safety crew that he's okay.
So now it's a big...
at Michigan would stack up the field when J.J. Yaley was unable to get going, sending rookie Austin Cindric hard into the outside wall.
Christopher Bell, Eric Jones up front. We're back under green here in stage 1 at Michigan. A lot of movement back there in the back, 2 and 3 wide. Pretty even. Oh, look at that. Guys getting checked up. Big contact back there. J.J. Yaley's around the 10, the 2, hard into the wall.
Oh, goodness. Kyle Busch involved. Big damage on the 18 as well. This is the concern about pitting and losing track position is the chaos on the starts. Huge damage to the Cindric.
That was a big hit. Massive hit. Austin Cindric drops the window net in frustration. Move back here to the contact. Actually,
yeah, there you go. Right?
15 gets him right there. And getting overcorrected into the wall head on by the 2. That's your worst nightmare, I think, in a race car. Being turned head on into the wall like that.
A driver with a pair of hard hits this season was Ryan Blaney. The first would take place at Nashville with another accordion effect on a restart, resulting in Blaney hitting a wall that wasn't a safer barrier.
Coming back through the restart zone. And again, race leader Martin Truex Jr. First into the gas. Door to door, and the 6 falling back quickly.
Big crash back here.
Here comes Blaney around. Kyle Busch going in. Will they miss the wall? A close call there. Blaney may have gotten into he did hard into the inside wall.
Heavy damage to the front of that car. Man. That must have been a pretty hard impact. We don't see these cars suffer that much damage.
Let's take another look at what happened.
So the 6 car struggles, and you have to wonder how that stacked up everything here. Kyle Busch gets in the back of the 12 and turns him around. Yeah, I mean, he just couldn't steer the car away from the direction it was going. I don't think there's anything Blaney could have done to change where this car was headed.
Yeah, that all started way ahead of him, and right there, that is such a massive hit.
While coming to the finish of stage number 2 in the Coke Zero Sugar 400, Blaney would get turned again, this time by Ty Gibbs, resulting in a huge impact into the outside wall.
He might bail right here. He's there. He's going to the inside. Oh, not much you can do there, but Gibbs is going to get some help. His teammate, Christopher Bell, the 20 car on the outside, Rick.
Yeah, the back. Into the wall hard goes Ryan Blaney off the nose of Ty Gibbs, and the big one happens behind him.
And it brought so many people into it. Look at all these cars. Good race cars, big impacts.
Yeah, only 6 cars have gone through already. Look at how many cars involved.
Bad pushes start so many of these wrecks right there.
I'll be honest, I was watching that 54. He had a little bit of a wiggle before the push. If we slow it down, I saw that car just wiggle just a little bit before. It's hard to tell right there that there's like a little bit of a kind of a move where the car looks like it's getting uncomfortable and out of control. Massive.
Huge hit.
Massive
Ryan
hit.
Blaney.
You saw that wall. That wall deflected, did a great job. But look at all the damage. That is a massive impact for Blaney.
Another hard superspeedway crash would take place at Talladega in 2022, when Daniel Hemrick would spin out and overcorrect right into the pack.
Let's watch his.
Oh, somebody loose on the bottom, spinning out. Up the racetrack, contact.
Hard into the 14 to Chase Briscoe.
Daniel Hemrick, Chase Briscoe, and it looked as if Hemrick got turned from contact.
Yeah.
Oh, Chase Briscoe won last night across the street in the United Sprint Car Series.
You're on fire, Chase. You're on fire. Just stop and get out.
Hard hit. Down into turn 3. The 16 is going to get turned onto the apron. And with this rack opinion, he lifted. Something was wrong.
I think something broke on that car. Flat tire, something. He definitely lifted right into the bumper of the 3 at Austin Dillon.
One of, if not the hardest crash the next-gen cars experienced took place in 2023, once again in the Geico 500. Ross Chastain would bully his way underneath Noah Gragson, and a T-bone crash would ensue.
Chastain. Push comes to shove, and Gregson's in the wall. Larson's around, and Larson up the racetrack in traffic, and he collects Preece.
Hard hit.
Good grief.
Saw that. He got to pushing him hard. Chastain was pushing Noah very hard, but wasn't patient. Was ready to go right off the bat. Turns him around right into the fence, right in front of everybody. Tony, hard hit on your car right there. Very hard hit for Preece. Well, you see a big push out of the 5 into the 1. That got Noah sideways, got him up the track a little bit. Chastain saw the window, wasn't much of a door, and he tried to take it. Wrecked him.
Oh, Larson has lit up the racetrack, and Preece coming at full speed. All right, this is Ryan Preece. Oh, he actually throttled up.
Tried to get there.
Tried to get through it before the 5 got up.
A few weeks later in the Coke 600, a shocking crash would take place when Chase Elliott intentionally turned Denny Hamlin hard into the outside wall.
Oh, trouble, front straightaway. Hard in the wall goes Hamlin. Chase Elliott.
Hard impact for Denny Hamlin.
That was a savage crash right at the start-finish line.
Watch the flames. See, lift out of the gas. That means his car is heading up the racetrack. Come up. That's a retaliation.
Which isn't a great move when you're trying to gain points and get yourself back in the playoffs.
Yeah, but he got squeezed in the wall pretty hard. There's a lot of frustration there on both sides.
Big hit. That is a vicious hit.
Elliott's day would be done, and he would be suspended the following week due to his on-track actions. In 2022, Noah Gragson would be running in the draft when he would overcorrect his car hard into the outside wall at Atlanta.
Needs a good, solid run, if not a win here, would turn his year around. Boy,
Look at turn 2. Big spin.
Cautions out.
And sliding down to the apron.
Noah Gregson.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
that's a shame.
Yeah,
Sideways.
seemed loose back there.
Yeah.
Exactly like Ross
Chastain
at California earlier this year. That is a hard hit, as hard as you can hit.
Well, these cars, right, lower profile tire, pretty stiff. That underwing works great in a straight line, but loses a lot of downforce when it goes into yaw. The car doesn't have a lot of side force.
A scary accident would take place at the Indianapolis road course later in the summer. Kyle Larson would clearly have a mechanical failure and clip Ty Dillon at nearly full speed entering turn number 1.
Oh, man. Big hit here for Ty Dillon.
42.
Wow. And that brings out the caution.
That is a big impact for the 42. You see the door ripped open.
Turn 1 area. The 5 car also down there. Both these cars involved in the same accident, I believe.
Ty was, and you see a lot of damage there to the driver's side.
I got pedal.
Wanted to figure out what went wrong there. Let's take a look.
Oh boy. My goodness.
Oh, and I'm sure Kyle was coming over to apologize.
Some sort of mechanical issue on the 5 car for him. Look at that. He is flying when he comes in there.
So I heard him say, I have a pedal, which looking back now, maybe he didn't have brakes and now he does have brakes. That's the one thing that seems to make sense. And to your point, that is why he went over to talk to Ty Dillon.
I'd say we're lucky that wasn't worse than it was. I mean,
that was huge.
In the 2023 Yellowwood 500, Brad Keselowski would turn Carson Hocevar, sending him into the pack and causing a big crash with some hard hits.
oh, we got a wreck in the back.
Got a big crash.
They're
behind you,
sliding
bud.
behind as it went across the start-finish line. The caution has come out. Keselowski's involved in it. You see him hit the inside wall. Big damage, it looks like, to Austin Dillon in the 3. Let's take a look at what happens. Carson Hocevar on the outside line.
Getting a push from Brad Keselowski here through the tri-oval. And it just turns that 42 sideways. Oh, man, massive impact for the outside wall, the 54 and the 3. The 3 somewhat lessened a little bit of that blow when he collects the 6 as well, but
Another driver with a pair of hard hits in the next-gen car would be Cody Ware. The first would take place at Atlanta after avoiding a spinning Todd Gilliland.
Oh, one in the wall.
And around goes Todd Gilliland. Cody Ware,
big
a
hit.
vicious hit to the inside wall with the left front. Caution is out with 25 laps to go, 10th caution of the day.
Yeah, Biffle got into the back of Ware.
Somebody checked up in front of Cody. Just nowhere to go for those guys.
Man. That is a vicious hit.
He would take another vicious blow at Texas later in the season, one that would put him in a walking boot despite negative x-rays from the infield care center.
Yeah, it has been a very difficult race.
We got a crash wreck in turn 4.
Another one in turn 4. And so more issues. This time it's Cody Ware in the 51. Look out on pit road. And that is a very difficult situation as Cody Ware was not able to control that car. Thankfully, no one was over the wall or on the wall at the time as he was coming in. Cody Ware on his way to the infield care center. Want to take a look at what happened in turn 4.
See sideways, back of the car around like he's spinning out right here in this shot. And then, don't know why he was sideways, having a mechanical issue, tire down, don't know. And then